Hi, and welcome to In Brandon. I'm Dave Stanchel, and today we're going to talk about the Canadian Cancer Society's Relay for Life, and we're with the honorary chairperson for this year, Cheryl Mauthe. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, you have quite the unique story. Why don't you fill us in on your story?
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. So, about 4 years ago, my son was diagnosed with leukemia. He was 6 years old. We took him to the walk-in for a sore throat, and just like every other parent, thought get some amoxicillin and be on our way. The doctor mentioned he looked a little pale and we should do a blood test. So his dad went and took him for the lab work, and an hour later our life changed. And the doctor called us and said, "Your son has leukemia." Made arrangements with cancer care. Go to Winnipeg tomorrow to the Health Science Center, and within 24 hours he had a bone marrow biopsy, lumbar puncture, blood transfusion, platelet transfusion, starting chemo, and talking about having a port placed. Children with leukemia, especially boys, it's 3.5 years of chemotherapy. So we started August 29th, 2012, and we finished October 30th, 2015. But in the middle of his journey, I also was diagnosed with breast cancer. So in January of 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and ended up having to go under chemotherapy myself and had a bilateral mastectomy at the same time. However, today, I'm proud to say that we're both cancer-free and here, and that is why I'm here to support causes like the Relay for Life, because they have done so much for our family and so many other families in the community.
That is really quite the unique story to have two people going through the procedures and everything all at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? I remember actually telling my children about it, that moment of how do you tell them, So remember making cancer not a scary word for my son. I didn't want him to know the real consequences of what cancer was. So we always told him, you're not sick, just your blood is, and we're going to get that better for him. But when I had cancer, was diagnosed with it, it really kind of turned the tables. And I sat both kids down on the couch and I said, kids, it's time for a family meeting. I said, you guys know what cancer is? And they both kind of rolled their eyes like, yes, Mom, because they've heard about it a million times. And I said, you guys know what boobies are, right? And they giggle and, yes, Mom. I said, well, Mom has breast cancer. And they both paused and didn't say anything for a minute. And my son looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, you love me so much, you got cancer too? And my girl was so upset and stormed to her room and slammed the door and said, it's not fair, everybody has cancer but me. And I remember thinking like, wow, this is our life, and how are we gonna get through this? And what are the odds that we're both gonna be here? Because cancer takes so many people, and not only do you have a sick child, but now you're sick too. And trying to balance all of that is very, very difficult last couple of years for sure.
Right. So how we're going to go into the actual Relay for Life now. How does that work?
The Relay for Life is an event that is held every year throughout Canada. And what it does is it's trying to have people pledge, whether it's a group or an individual, and they're trying to raise money. So the idea is that people are going to walk all throughout the evening. So it's from 6 p.m. till 1 a.m. And the idea is that you sponsor, get pledges from your community, from coworkers, from friends, family, whatever, raise money, and that money with the Relay for Life goes into new cancer research, the community involvement, the counseling. There's so many resources that the Cancer Society provides, and this money that is so desperately needed goes for so many great causes, and it is just vital for the Cancer Society.
So how does the relay actually works? So when people show up for the relay, what are they doing?
Well, when people show up, first off, there is a survivor lab. So anybody that has had cancer, and even, the Relay for Life says, even if you had cancer for one day, you are a survivor. And there is a survivor lab that kind of starts off the process, and then teams. And you always have one person walking throughout the whole night. That's the process. And they'll have, they make it fun. They have challenges throughout the night. There's dancing and music, and there's students giving massages, and there's live entertainment, and all sorts of fireworks and different lap challenges. So it's at the Sportsplex. It's from, like I said, 6 p.m. till 1 a.m. And teams or individuals will just keep walking all night until 1 a.m. when it's finally wrapped up.
Great. I understand there's a challenge between Brandon and Thompson.
There is a challenge between Brandon and Thompson, and I have to say, my significant other is from Thompson too, so this is quite interesting for us. So the mayor of Thompson and our mayor challenge each other. Thompson has already had the Relay for Life, and they have raised over $100,000. And this year, Brandon is involving a few other communities, such as Carberry, Verdon, Souris, Kenton, Reston, and Neepawa. And our goal is to raise more than the $100,000. And the losing mayor's city, that mayor is going to have to wear the hockey jersey for the day. So I'm hoping that we can see the Thompson mayor wear our Wheat King jersey for the day up there. So, come on, everybody.
So how would people get involved if they want to become part of the Relay for Life?
It's very simple. Go to www.relayforlife.ca. There's great information there. There's a Facebook page, phone number 204-578-2800. Lots of information. You can get involved as an individual, a group, get your coworkers. It's coming up June 18th, so time is running out, and we really need the support. So I'm hoping people will definitely go to the website and get some good information. So www.relayforlife.ca.
So great, we've got all of the information out there for everybody to participate. Is there anything else that you wanted to say? Or?
I just want to say it's such a fun evening and great cause, and there's always something to do throughout the night. And this is my story, and I was so thankful to have the healthy children, and in a blink of an eye that changed. And it could be your family next, or someone else that you know. Cancer touches so many people's lives, and there's so many different types of cancers that events like the Relay for Life is so, so important. So please get involved, and if you can't get involved, go to the website, donate.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing your story and getting the information. So that's the Canadian Cancer Society Relay for Life. And it's June 18th from 6 p.m. till 1 a.m. at the Sportsplex in Brandon, and they can find out all their information at relayforlife.ca or by calling 204-578-2800.
Perfect, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.